Miniature Market has thousands of board games at discounted prices. Click the direct link below to see all of those discounted games.
Whoa, I feel like I just woke up from a wild dream. But I wasn't even sleeping. Nope, I was playing Vantage. Vantage is an open world game of vast exploration that will take you to lands far beyond your imagination. It's a cooperative, theme-heavy sandbox adventure for 1 to 6 players. It's designed by Jamie Stegmaier and published by Stonemaier Games. I'm not even going to pretend I know exactly how long it will take you to play a game. The nature of the game makes that pretty hard to pin down. But the box says 2 to 3 hours, so maybe that long. Before we dive in, you should know that I'm a massive Stonemaier fan, and Vantage was actually my #1 most anticipated game at Gen Con this year. You can check out that list right here. So the stakes are high with this review, and I'm excited to see if it lives up to the hype. Since this is an exploration game with approximately 5 trillion cards to uncover, I'm keeping this overview broad and spoiler-free, just enough to give you a taste of what happens without revealing the surprises. With all that said, join me at the table for a quick look at how Vantage plays, and then we'll meet back here at the end for some final thoughts. In Vantage, you and your fellow players step into a massive, interconnected world, each taking on the role of a unique character with their own abilities, goals, and starting location. The map unfolds as you explore, revealing new regions, challenges, and opportunities. The heart of the game is freedom. You choose where to go, what to pursue, and how you'll interact with the world and with other players. Each player sees the world from their own unique vantage, represented by one of around 800 location cards, making exploration practically limitless. On your turn, you'll choose to perform a location action from where you stand, or a card action on one of your own cards or a shared card, or a depart action to move elsewhere. Each of these typically triggers a storybook specific to that type of action. The 6 action categories are move, look, engage, help, take, and overpower. These prompt another player to read you the relevant script leading to a test. These tests involve rolling dice, then assigning them to cards or suffering consequences to time, health, and morale. Departing to a new location uses its own book. Your cards, along with shared cards, can modify actions, dice results, and story outcomes. As your tableau grows, so do your options for navigating the world. Victory comes if players complete their mission card or destiny card, or both, securing their place in history alongside the likes of Magellan or Lewis and Clark. But if any player's health, morale, or time hits the bottom of the track, the whole team loses and fades into obscurity, kind of like MapQuest. Alright, let's move on and look at this game overall, engage with some big picture thoughts, help you take it all in, and decide if this game is truly overpowered or not. See what I did there? Okay, normally I do a list of pros and cons to offer some insight into how you might feel about a game. But Vantage is a very unique game, like seriously, so I feel like that might be a bit reductive here. So instead, I would like to offer my top 5 characteristics that have stood out to me so far. First, it's a world that feels alive. The interconnected map and story-driven encounters make the world feel dynamic and reactive, rewarding exploration at every turn. Like, many games have maps and locations, but this one actually feels like you are there. Second, there's freedom with purpose. There's no single path, but personal and shared objectives keep your wandering meaningful. This is not a mechanics-driven game. In most games, you make decisions based on what mechanics will mathematically advance you the most. In this game, you often just ask yourself, what would I enjoy doing? Or what in real life would actually make the most sense? Third is shared yet personal journeys. You're on a team, but you also really get to carve out your own path. Many cooperative games are quite singular in focus, but in this game, you really have to, get to do your own thing while contributing to the whole. Fourth is the thrill of discovery. This game is so open-ended that you can't really know what to expect. And there's literally a book called The Book of Secrets. Like, I just want to know more stuff. And finally, it's clear that this game is not for everyone. Hear me out. It's amazing, and I think most people could enjoy it. However, the open-ended pace, unpredictable session length, and reliance on narrative may not appeal to some people who only want tight strategic arcs, predictability, or maybe even a short gameplay. There's that saying, it's more about the journey than the destination, and that often really isn't true. In Vantage, it's exactly true. This is one of those rare games that's actually quite different. It's almost weird to call it a game because I think most games have a fairly micro focus and a contained system and really clear directives on what to do. Not in this one. Do you remember those old nature documentaries called The Blue Planet? I almost feel like Vantage is to a game like The Blue Planet is to a movie. It's an immersive experience. If I were to make a 4 fans of list for this game, which is a bit tricky, I would probably suggest it to people who like pretty much any of the Red Raven games, like Above and Below, Near and Far, etc., particularly Sleeping Gods, people who like time stories, Seventh Continent, and even those old choose your own adventure books. So, do I regret putting Vantage as my #1 anticipated game for Gen Con 2025? Not one bit. I set the expectations high, and for me, it delivered. This game will take a permanent spot on my collection along with several other Stonemaier games, and I'm eager to play it whenever I can. Thanks for diving into this open world universe with me and exploring Vantage today. I hope you found this review to be helpful. If you have any thoughts on the game that you would like to share, please drop a comment below and you'll hear back from me. Now, I think it's time to pinch myself and wake up from this dream.